last left off, I was talking about naval disarmament treaties, and we were in the process of building some brand new destroyers, some brand new submarines, and we were upgrading our docks. So we will just continue to pass time and see what happens. Yes, so we are not currently at war. So selling things to our allies. Ooh, Germany wants to extend it. Interesting. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes they will just let it lapse completely. Now it turns out I have learned a thing or two since we last recorded. I have found out that apparently I am building battleships all wrong according to actual historical examples. Historically, in this period, the belt was actually thicker than the turret armor, but this was when the belt armor basically stretched all the way from the tip to the stern. It's not until later on that we will start seeing changes in that. Now, what I'm waiting for is main battery wing turrets. In fact, we will see if we have that. Now we can look here. Turrets and gun mountings, details. Nope. Is it ship design? Here we go. So we may put that on high. And we will put... I don't use torpedoes a lot, so we may put torpedoes on low. And the rest of that can carry on. Here we go. We have stolen more planes. The Elba class. Interesting. Interesting. She looks reasonable. Reasonable. Tonnage is a bit high. Speed is okay. They have skimped on the old guns. Only 2 10-inch guns. And she's using a central rangefinder. Now this is unusual. But okay, here we go. Better quality 14-inch guns. Well, we may be putting our brand new battleships straight back into this ways to more funding than it can use. We can, yeah, okay. Yeah, because our funds are too high. Sure, we will buy that. We will just take part in the multinational force. Ooh, so the first dreadnought class is under construction. Almanac. So we have battleships. Oh, and they haven't brought up. So 1B is a old battleship, and 2Bs is a dreadnought class battleship, or rather a dreadnought battleship in the traditional sense. So that's the more modern. The dreadnought battleship is our idea of a modern battleship. There are a lot of design changes, but that's when that's sort of when battleship design departs. It was such a major historical event that, you know, there's pre-dreadnought battleships and after dreadnought battleships, and that's sort of it as far as the casual understanding of battleship design goes. Oh, excuse me. We will temper the old warhawkery. Let us see what we can do. So we have Renus. We want to use the new, more powerful 14-inch guns. So what we can do is we can rebuild our turrets. I'll just click that just for a second. Yeah, so we can make an 18-inch turret with one gun, or we can go down a couple inches and get 3 guns in one turret. But we don't want to do that. That will be a 6 months to do that particular upgrade, and dreadnoughts are just starting to be built. It's not a lot better than what the Austro-Hungarians were making before. Oh, here we go, our new submarines and our new destroyers. Oh dear. We will go for the middle option. May as well. Order is restored in Iceland. The British did not like that. They can see they're being outmaneuvered. So, yes, France is now in control of a place whose imports everything and only seems to export aluminium, pickled fish, and internet spaceships. Yep, we do not care about the Balkans. That is a German problem. The British are not liking that, however. We may. What can we design as a dreadnought? Nothing, apparently. Okay. It is actually really bad. It's really bad. No, we will carry on for now. We will build some more submarines, though. As many submarines as we can. In fact, we were going to check the difference between our new and our old. Yep, 55. So our new ones are much better than our old ones. In fact, we will probably start retiring some of these older ones shortly. But they will work for now. What are we behind everyone else in? What can we use all this extra money we have? We could build some new heavy cruisers. In fact, that may be the way to go. So it's going to be heavier than our current battleships because of the speed, right? Let's take a look. What is everyone else using? Nope, okay. Maybe it doesn't work for cruisers. D? D. Because sometimes you can... So when you click this cross-stick fire button, if it's a battleship, you can shoot from one... So this turret here can shoot out this area, and it can also shoot across the ship to the other side. This was a very short-lived naval experiment, to say the least, but we can't do that, at least not for a heavy cruiser. I have nothing to gain, really, from starting a fight there. We could spend a bit of money on our older battleships. However, the Dreadnought race is around the corner. We may build even more submarines. We have by far the largest submarine fleet. We haven't developed heavier than air yet, of course. We haven't developed lighter than air yet, either. Four centerline turrets. So now we are actually able to enter. Let's turn that off. We are able to enter the battleship game. Here we go. Now, battleships, this looks nothing like your modern idea of a battleship. As you can see, it's very inefficient. However, it is doable. In fact, quite a few designs I've made with this have been quite successful. I would prefer to have more in the belt instead of the speed. She is using our best guns. I will drop the belt extended armor. Just playing around with what we can do here. It's not developed secondary turrets for BB. Okay. Oh, and that is a big point as well. Less torpedo protection. Okay, so we may just up the displacement. We can actually afford to massively make something pretty big. Redoubtable. Kaiman, Masira, Sulfurin. I liked Kaiman. Man. Alligator. There's another word for it. Or a type of alligator, rather. Cannot build ships with that displacement. Oh, because we have not built our docks. We are limited, after all, to 22,000. Well, what can we do with 22,000? Can we make... Yes, we could do that. We could go down to 12 inches. Up the armor. I am liking this so far. Oh, guess we will just accept the 20%. I'm happy with that. That will be fine, yes. Ooh, triple turrets. That could be interesting. However, first things first. New docks. Steam turbines. Oh, we didn't have steam turbines. That's why our engines have been so difficult. So, before this, we have been using triple expansion engines, and I'm not a steam engineer, but this is sort of one of the major modernization deals. So this is your traditional turbine. This is things spinning. This is considerable. In fact, thank you very much, Germany. We are very interested in that. Oh, we have triple turrets. We could be ambitious. Get rid of them. We must rework this design. We must. The only thing is we will need more shells. Oh, that does actually considerably increase. 400 tons per gun. It does considerably increase the weight. And we only save 40 tons from the engine. Not a lot we can do with the extra 40 tons, however. We may just put more shells in. Give her a little bit more staying power. It'll take an extra month to do that, but that's okay. Kaiman is ready for construction. Excellent. Build 3 of them. Why not? If you're going to go into the Dreadnought race, enter it big. Why shoot low? We may just do another base improvement in Antilles and Camran, because I suspect the Japanese will be causing us trouble there whenever they get the chance. Great Britain building a lot of guns and a lot of destroyers. We really do not need that many destroyers, but we will build half. 7 is not half of 10. Game, why you do this? Okay, just build me something. Build me something. Not that. That's kind of bad. No. This is a bit more like it. 6-inch guns, decent speed, 3-inch belt, 1.5-inch decks. I may just give her an extra 100 tons just so we can upgrade her a little bit. Cross-stick fire. By all means, USA, you may You may purchase that. Just handle it discreetly and quietly for now. Well, we are starting to get to the period where I may start doffing people in. Ooh. Oil firing. We may as well get that early, even though we don't actually have access to any provinces that have oil. Okay, so now we have zeppelins. Now that we do have zeppelins, we cannot build zeppelin bases. So what you can start doing later in the game is we can start building zeppelin bases and later on aircraft bases, and they will shoot out. At first it will only be reconnaissance, but very, very quickly approaching an enemy coast will become fraught with danger from the constant land-based aircraft attacks. Just handle it quietly. Yep. Ooh. Good work, French scientists. You are finally getting the picture of what we wanted. A little bit late, but by all means, you can have triple turrets. Ooh, everything is coming together. We will allow it. So South America. South America was a main battery of wing turrets. Ooh. So South America was actually a big, big customer for Dreadnought designs in this period. Constantly at war with each other, they were always looking for new ships. Tension is starting to rise across the world. I will take that. Ah. Well. Just how big is Antilles? It has actually become sort of a sizable port. We'll be non-committal even though there is a big elephant in the room. Cylon. Alright. So the Prime Minister has requested we redeploy the fleet into the Mediterranean. We will give them a show of force. This really is sort of what it's all about in this period. You don't like someone, you just park a load of battleships right next door. In fact, we may start deploying these light cruisers like I said I was going to do last time. Annoying. That. Very well. Oh, Germany has not renewed our security arrangement this time. Oh, really? Help me out here, game. Help me out. As you can probably see, if you wanted to start a lot of wars very, very quickly, this would be the time to do it. You have asked for this now. Alright. Our 11-inch guns are excellent quality, however. Here we go. Yes. So this is what we can do. That is a lot of turret arcs, I know, but you can see the turret arc on one side of the ship is able to shoot out the other side. That will be our absolute screaming max, however, on what we can accomplish. And indeed, that's actually a lot of armor. 12-inch turrets. We may just be biting off a little bit more than we can chew there. They will be slow. They will be slow. Oops. 4. Ooh, that might be why. So we'll drop the number of 6-inch guns. And then we might be able to put the speed up to 20, so the French fleet speed will be 20 knots. Ship has cross-deck fire, secondary guns must be in case... well, that's the kicker now, isn't it? You have no access to oil. Yes, I was worried about that. So we don't control the province with oil. Nope. Just as the now we can finally put one turret on top of the other. Now, these are expensive little beasties. So we will have to make some cuts. That still doesn't help us a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, excellent. Not ideal, but that will. stem the bleeding enough for us to get to make a little bit more money, to keep the finances running a little bit longer. Excellent. Oh, that is our time. And with our first generation of Dreadnought battleships that are still working up, we will end there. Ciao.